यार बर्गर लूँ या नहीं लूँ? लेकिन मैं तो डाइट चल रहा है यार। पतला होना है मेरे को, न्यू ईयर रेज़ोल्यूशन होने वाला है मेरा। उम, लेकिन लेकिन अगर मैंने इस कंपनी के शेयर लिए तो देन आई विल बी द ओनर ऑफ द कंपनी एंड देन इट विल बी माय रिस्पांसिबिलिटी टू इंक्रीज़ द सेल्स। फॉरगेट इट, मैं लेती हूँ। Hi guys, Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a brand new IPO lecture, which is about Burger King India Limited. First of all, let's understand the purpose why the company is coming up with an IPO. They have an agreement with the holding company, which states that the company is obliged to develop and open at least 700 restaurants by December 31st, 2026. Now you can imagine that if they have to open so many restaurants, obviously they do have few restaurants opened up right now, but if they have to open so many more restaurants, paisa kahan se aayega? Where will the money come from? It will come from this IPO. Well, is this the very first time that any company is coming up with an IPO to open more and more restaurants? Answer is no. This scenario we have seen with other QSRs as well. Now you might be wondering, what is QSR? It's a quick service restaurant. Okay, simple examples: Jubilant Foodworks, Domino's Pizza. It could be Westlife Development, which is McDonald's. So here we can also see that Domino's, when the IPO came up in 2009-10, they had only 306 outlets. But the outlet as on date, which is not exactly as on date, but as on 30th September 2020, is 1,354. McDonald's 2012-13 IPO year, IPO outlets was only 161. Now it is 311, CAGR 10%. And with CCD, it was 1,520, and the outlet count as at 30th September 2020 is 1,752 with a CAGR of 4%. In short, this is a common thing. Nothing special has happened here. Well, by the end of this video, you'll get a good knowledge about the overall food industry. You'll understand the business of Burger King India Limited. You'll understand the financials of Burger King. You'll get all the IPO details about this company. All these things I'm going to give you in this video. What are you going to give me in return? You're going to just smash this like button. Let's take a fun fact at the beginning of the video itself. From where did the name Burger King come from? In fact, earlier it was called as Insta Burger. So you might be wondering, how come Insta is related with burger? So it's nothing but earlier Insta broilers were used as grillers to grill the burger. So that is why earlier it was called as the Insta Burger. But then slowly the technology changed, the grilling technology changed, and then subsequently it was called as Burger King of Miami. Then it again got rechristened in 1959 as Burger King Corporation. So Burger King brand, which is also popularly known as home of the Whoopers, was incorporated or it was founded in 1954 in United States of America. Today, as at the date of RHP, it has more than 18,675 restaurants in more than 100 countries of the world. It also includes other brands like Burger King, Popeyes, reminds me of Popeye the Sailor Man, Poop, poop, Tim Hortons, and other important brands. If you check out the important growth of restaurants since 31st March 2015, here you can see that company owned restaurants are 259, sub franchised are only 9. So, total number of restaurants is 268, out of which operational are 249. But what is most important to note? Most important to note are that majority, I can say more than 90%, is the company owned restaurant rather than the franchisee thing, sub franchisee thing. Now you can imagine that if they want to start their own restaurant, it's going to be a big process. For that, you can see it's this image I found in their RHP only, which says that there are three phases how they roll out any restaurant. They first identify the site, then they do evaluation of the site, they finalize the site, they develop it, then they pre-launch it. So you can understand so much study goes into effect before they launch any new restaurant. Also remember that whatever sites, wherever they open this restaurant, they don't own that piece of shop or hotel. They always take it on lease rent. Now let's understand some important points from the industry overview perspective. Right now, one very big positive point for Burger King India is that the population of our country. The median age of Indians is considered to be 28.7 years of age as at 2020. So it means that there are so many millennials in India right now. So what is the biggest advantage? Advantage is that the millennials tend to eat out more as compared to what Indians used to eat traditionally, right? So more and more people going out and eating, it's going to be good for all these restaurants like Burger King, right? If I compare the median age of Indians, which is 28.7 years right now, in US it is 38.5 years right now, and in China it is 38.4 years. Okay, so this was about the overall population demography. Now let's come to one more point from the industry overview. You have to understand this, that the entire food industry is divided into two parts. One is known as the organized sector, one is known as the unorganized sector. Organized sector will be hotels wherein they have good accounting practices, wherein they'll have good quality control, okay? And which is going to be the unorganized sector? All the roadside eateries where you have vada pav, the amazing pani puri. Okay, let me control myself. Or it will also have nice dhabas. All these are a part of unorganized sector. Well, this table is going to give you an amazing fun fact. We'll add a lot of nice general knowledge about the entire food service segment in India. Okay, so please understand this very carefully for the next like 40 seconds. Pay 100% attention. The food service market size, overall food service market size in India is 4,236 billion rupees. Okay. Now, this is further divided into four parts. Out of this 4,236 billion rupees, 116 billion is from restaurants in hotels. So, just to give you an example, inside Marriott Hotel, you will have two, three different restaurants. Like in Pune, we have Pasha or other Shakahari restaurant. These are like restaurants inside a hotel. Okay, that's just $116 billion. Then we have chain market size. Okay, chain market size will have various hotels which have chains all over India or chains all over a specific state as such. Okay, you can have standalone restaurants as well. Standalone, like in Pune, from people from Pune know Vaishali, Rupali. These are like standalone restaurants. And then you have the unorganized market sector. I talked about roadside dhabas and all that. Understand? Out of 4,236 billion, 2,519 billion. So that's like more than half is captured only by unorganized sector. So please understand, for Burger King, technically speaking, I don't think MACD is like a very big competition. The biggest competition is unorganized sector people who are selling burgers. Okay, so they are capturing the biggest market size, I guess, right? Uh, just to add few more knowledge to your, just to add few more facts to your knowledge, the the further bifurcation of this chain market size and standalone market size is cafes. Everyone knows what cafes are. QSRs are quick service restaurants. Okay, it's just like you go take the delivery quickly and you move out. It's like drive through. So I understand that Burger King and McDonald's both will come under QSR. Then you have IC and FD. IC is ice creams and frozen desserts. CDR are like casual dining restaurants wherein the ambience is not like great, but it's cheap food. Okay. FDR is like fine dining restaurants wherein you'll be charged very high because the ambience is going to be good. And finally, we have PBCL, which is pub, bar, club, and lounge. Oh my god, I'm sure many of you might not have even heard of these short forms. Frankly speaking, even I had not heard about all these short forms. I came to know when I was reading about the Burger King IPO. Wait. Did you understand or did you notice one amazing fact? Burger King comes in chain market size, right? Inside that, it comes under QSR, quick service restaurants. That market size is like 188 billions out of 4,236 billions, the entire size, which is like just barely 4.43% of the total size. So let's understand one more small bite about the Indian food services market size. In 2020, the chain market, why did I talk only about chain market? Because Burger King falls into this category. The chain market right now has 397, which is approximately 9.4% of the total market share right now in 2020. And in 2025, it is expected, it is projected at 966, which will be 14.9% of the total market share. Let's understand the corporate structure of Burger King. I know it sounds a bit complex, looks a bit complex, but we'll understand two new terms today. One is known as the immediate holding company, one is known as the ultimate holding company. So for Burger King Limited, which is the immediate holding company? It is QSR Asia Pte Limited, which is based in Singapore. It holds 94.34%. Now, another company holds in QSR, and that holds another in whatever. Finally, Ska Daddy, Ka Daddy, Ka Daddy. And then finally, we have Everstone Capital Partners to LLC, which is known as the ultimate holding company for Burger King Limited. Now, finally, let's understand about the IPO details. Company is going to raise 810 crore rupees through 13.5 crore shares. Now, this is split as a fresh issue and an OFS. Fresh issue is going to be of 7.5 crore shares worth 450 crores, and OFS, offer for sale, is going to be of 6 crore shares worth 360 crore rupees. Who is the selling promoter? It is QSR Asia PTE Singapore, the company which I talked about right now, holding somewhere around what, 94.34%, right? So that company is selling its few shares. Okay, the price band for this IPO is going to be 59 to 60 rupees. The IPO starts on 2nd of December, will end on 4th of December. It is a book built issue. At the upper band, minimum investment required is going to be 15,000 rupees. Maximum investment is going to be 1,95,000 rupees for retail individual investor. The shares are expected to get listed on the stock exchange on 14th of December. Next question comes up in our mind is, whatever money the company is going to raise through the IPO, what is it going to do with that money? Number one, is going to open up new restaurants. Remember, that's how we started our video today. It's going to open new outlets. Number two, they are going to use it for repayment of its borrowings. And number three, they're also going to use it for general corporate purpose, right? Wait, I came across one more interesting fact in the RHP, which mentioned that the company has made an allotment of 1.57 crore equity shares to AIL, which is Amansa Investment Limited, for cash at a price of 58.50 rupees per share. Just again for your value addition, this is known as a CTM method of valuing a company. CTM is a comparable transaction method. Okay, so right now the company is coming up with an IPO price band of 59 to 60. Can we compare this with a comparable transaction? Yes, because the comparable transaction is with Amansa Investment Limited, where the price was 58.50. So I may say that the current valuation seems pretty much in line with one of the recent transactions the company entered into. By the way, this recent transaction happened on November 18th, 2020. So let's understand some important point from the financials. If I talk about the profit and loss statement, here you can see that the revenue from operations has, if I talk about year on year, which is March 19 full year compared to March 20, it has seen a decent enough growth, almost 32.95% growth. But if I compare half year, April to September 19 versus April to September 20, it's a big drop of 67.98%. Reason is obvious, because of COVID-19. But now see the impact of this big drop on the profitability. I can't even say profitability, on the losses is what I should say. The losses for March 19 full year were 383. Of course, all rupees are in millions. In March 20, it was 766 millions. But if I talk about the losses for half year ending, it was 174 millions for April to September 19, and it is already 1,189 millions for the half year ended September 20. Again, one interesting fact for you to learn how the Burger King India model operates. They have to pay royalty to the holding company. Okay, so royalty is to be paid somewhere between 2.5% to 5% of their monthly sales, and in addition to that, they have to pay for the advertisement and marketing expenses, which is 5% of their sales. Okay, so whenever any expenditure is directly as a percentage of sales, that's called as a variable expenditure. Okay, so here you can see that the overall in the overall expenses, advertisement and marketing expenses as well as royalty fees are also pretty high as compared to other expenses. Now if I go to the balance sheet side, here you can see that other equity is in minus. The obvious reason is that company is in losses. That is the reason why other equity is in minus. That's nothing but the reserves and surplus of the company, right? If I talk about few important ratios in the balance sheet, current ratio as at March 20 was 0.51, and as at September 20 also it's 0.48, which is not at all encouraging. Current ratio ideally should be 2 is to 1. Okay, a lower current ratio less than 1 is as good as you have to pay more in a year as compared to how much you're going to receive in a year. Cash ratio is also not encouraging. The debt to equity ratio is again something which bothers me. March 20, it was 2.85, and September 20, it is 3.55. So it's as good as you have a 3.55 debt as against only one equity. And then the big question, am I going to apply for this IPO or not? Frankly speaking, the fundamentals really didn't interest me a lot. But then let's wait. Let's not be in a hurry to apply for this IPO. The IPO opens on 2nd and it closes on 4th of December. So on 12 noon, on 4th of December, I'm going to come live this time on YouTube and I'm going to tell you whether I'm going to apply for this IPO or not. If you have liked this video, don't forget to share this video with your friends. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.